That's Ozzie Guillen as Pat Sajak.
Ozzie Guillen as Pat Sajak, John McEnroe as the letter flipper person.
Yikes. Yikes.
If I didn't have 5 wrestlers to name, I would call the conclusion of Redo right now.
Taking that one back.
Okay, Ryan, who do you have for Wheel of
All right.
Fortune?
Well, Pat Sajak always kind of like just comes off as, I don't know, he just seems like that alpha dog that could just take Vanna White back behind the letters and do weird things.
He did.
So
They used to leave during tapings of Wheel of Fortune. No, seriously, I read this last year. They used to leave during tapings of Wheel of Fortune and go to the bar across the street and just get absolutely schnookered, and then come back and do like the next 3 shows.
Can you blame them?
That's exactly where I was going.
So
with
I'm
my
sure
pick,
there was a lot of weird stuff that did go on behind the letters.
which is why I pick a weird drunken creep, Andy Dick.
Okay.
That is.
Okay.
He is all those things.
Too much. He's going to get real weird. He's going to piss too many people off.
Oh, he'd last half a show.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Mike, go ahead.
I went with, just because Love Connection was left off of this, or else I would have picked him for this. But
Okay.
I went with Jason Lee. My Name is Earl. Mallrats. And Mallrats, he did the host. That's what he wanted to be.
Yeah, good call.
Good stuff.
Have you ever thought about having your own late night talk show? Yes.
Yes. So I went with Jason Lee. I went with Jason Lee as my Pat Sajak, and as my Vanna White. How can you not love the girl? Christina Applegate, Kelly Bundy, the Bundy bounce as she turns the letters.
Yeah, Christina as Kelly. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I like it too. Okay, John, who'd you come up with the WOF? It's Wheel of Fortune.
Big Bird. I brought Muppets into this, dude.
I forgot what we were doing, Crammit.
I actually looked.
RSTLNE.
I actually looked for popular cartoon characters and never once considered any Muppets. All right, I'm actually, unfortunately, I want to laugh at you and have a good time with it, but I like the pick.
Thank you. I thought it worked well. Bring a whole new audience to the show.
Oh, we have 3 more shows. We have to get moving. Goodness gracious.
We're doing fine.
All right. These last 3 are going to get real uncomfortable for a lot of people. Okay. With our 4th show, we have Deal or No Deal.
Is that the real theme music?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Okay. When I think of Deal or No Deal, I think of somebody being right in your face and yelling at other people to do things. I had to go with the hot rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I'm not even going to comment on that just yet.
Okay.
And there's a reason why.
That sounds like a good pick. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Deal or No Deal, so I didn't really have a frame of reference, so I just took Matt Walsh because then I thought if he hosted it, I would watch it because I love him.
I wish you would have accidentally said Howie Mandel, because he is the host
That
of Deal
would
or
not
No Deal.
happen. That's not going to happen.
How he does it.
Oh, man.
Boogo, Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal? To be honest with you, I got completely mixed up and I had a brain fart with this. I thought we were talking about Let's Make a Deal.
That's okay.
Like
That's
real
fine.
shit with money.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
completely fine.
So, that takes us off topic, but I would pick this one either way. But let's imagine it as Let's Make a Deal. I picked Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Snoop-a-loop. Snoop-a-loop would be
We'll make a deal.
I was going to say.
He'll make lots of deals. You see all them ladies up there with all them briefcases? He's making lots of deals.
For shizzle my nizzle.
What you like
For shizzle my nizzle?
Deal number 3.
Mike.
No Compton swap meet.
Okay, going back to an earlier mentioned gentleman.
I'll see your Piper and raise you.
For Deal or No Deal, I chose, and he would have to do it in this voice at all time, Will Ferrell as Harry Carey.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And he would
Up
have
in
to
your
bop-
face.
Oh, yeah.
Up in your face. Hi! I saw you chose briefcase number 24.
Yikes.
Too much good stuff.
The show
All
would
right.
be better with video, by the way, because that was perfect.
All right. We have 2 more left. Now, I don't even know how to preface this one because there's been so many hosts over the years.
Yeah,
If case number 5 had hot dogs in it, would you pick it? I would.
We're not playing for hot dogs, Harry.
Did someone say hot dogs? They're delicious.
I want to have a redo and just start the show over and have Mike do Harry Carey the entire time. Every time he speaks, he does it as Harry Carey. All right. There's been too many hosts to mention. I think the most recent one is it's not even Richard Karn.
It's
Steve
your
Carvey.
boy.
Steve
Yes.
Carvey.
It's
Yeah.
Steve
And running
Harvey.
down, we had Richard Dawson, Ray
He's
Combs,
the best.
Louis Anderson,
Ray
He was the
Louis
Richard
worst.
Karn.
Anderson is the worst.
Richard Karn, and
Al.
Steve Carvey.
He's a great guy.
I don't know if there's any others, but those
I
are
didn't
the
know
ones that I
Louis
know.
Anderson was still alive.
He's on the Diet
Yeah, he's on
Show.
Splash.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
that's how I
that's
learned he
right.
was still alive.
That'll kill him. One of the good ones have heart attacks, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well played. All right. I
sick
feel like
jam.
this guy could go as any of my hosts, but I chose him for this because families are just walking out when they see him and listen to him.
All right.
Lewis Black. Lewis Black as the host of Family Feud would be way too much.
He would cause fights on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Who you got, Rye?
All right, Family Feud. I was looking for somebody that could like really make things weird with the family, like hitting all moms and just making everybody uncomfortable. So I went with Tracy Morgan.
That's weird.
He's basically like Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
But way more over the top.
Way weirder.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. Mike?
I chose to interact with the crowd. You know, you could be talking about what you want to make for dinner tonight, what you had for breakfast today, and then all of a sudden you say, and number 3 on the board is BAM! Emerald Lagasse.
I want to redo your picks. My gosh. John.
Family Feud. Again, yeah, you know they've run through a number of hosts and everything. I want someone who can lend a little bit of seriousness to the questions. He's a bit of a charmer. He's dead now, but Mike Wallace of 60 Minutes. Who's better at asking questions?
Wow.
He would make what is something you find in a woman's purse sound like the most fascinating question ever. And you know the old ladies, like the old grandmas who come with the family, they would they'd be all up on him.
Yeah. Things would be getting uncomfortable on afternoon television programming.
Mike Wallace
Okay.
is a pimp.
Good stuff. Now, see, this is where I went really, really, really weird.
Okay.
All right, Cash Cab. The famous Cash Cab. Where the man just basically drives around the streets of New York, acting all hibbity-dibbity, and then turns around and suddenly, boom! Tells you that you're on the Cash Cab. Lights all sparkle up, and he starts asking you random questions.
Yep.
I want to know who is a crazier person for Cash Cab. Than the aforementioned Tracy Morgan.
Oh boy! There's no way that man has a driver's license.
Tracy Morgan is not allowed to drive anyone anywhere, and that's why I want him driving my Cash Cab.
I love it.
Because you know what happens when the people in the Cash Cab win $1,000? He's taking it and he's running. You just won $1,000!
You have to chase me for it.
That's great.
Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
All right. My pick was actually already mentioned previously, but I just thought it was a great hook to see him driving around a taxi cab, hosting a game show, and smoking a blunt. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop-a-loop.
We're gonna not know the
Oh,
answers.
Snoopaloo.
Yeah, he's clam bacon in there for sure.
He's a
Oh,
larger
yeah.
than life personality. He can host anything.
Oh yeah, he
pretty
can do
much.
basically anything.
And he's Snoop Lion, by the way.
He's Snoop Lion.
Right.
Snoop Lion. All right, Diggers, what you got?
I did this completely based off of, and I don't know if you guys seen it. If you didn't, you have to watch it because it's hilarious. I based it off the Pepsi skit of this guy going to test drive a car at the dealership. Jeff Gordon. Seriously,
I've
if
seen
you
it.
guys didn't see
I've
that
seen
skit,
it.
you need to
It
watch
is
it
pretty
because
good.
I almost pissed myself when I watched it.
It is pretty
and
good.
I'm not a NASCAR fan by any means, but when I watched that was hilarious because that guy was petrified. And I don't think there'd be anything sweeter than getting in a cab and thinking you're on cash cab with the lights going off, and all of a sudden this dude just starts going like 157 miles an hour
Yeah.
right through Manhattan,
Yeah.
up on two wheels, and then like yanks it like a glove into a parallel parking spot.
That
like
would
Jim
actually
Carrey.
be great because and the object of Cash Cab is to answer as many questions as you can before you reach your destination.
You better answer quick.
better answer really quick if Jeff Gordon's driving.
Pop quiz hot shot.
Yeah. All right, John, wrap it up for us.
All right, cash cab. I actually, I've got a man we all know and love, and I just think that I think there's been a lot of this tonight adding a little bit of weirdness to a show, and I don't know if there would be anyone who does it better. Friend of the show, Mike Berry.
The Donut Boy.
He definitely does
So
that.
yeah, he has professional driving experience, interacts well with others. I just think
He can hit
Professional
he can hit a string of cars going down the street and still rewrite the ship and
He wrecked the donut.
he makes
and
it
get you to your destination.
Oh man!
But I mean, just you imagine getting in there and then he turns around, the lights go on. It's like you're on cash cab.
I think he would be more scared and alarmed by the lights going on. Have you ever ridden with this man?
That would have to be an uncensored version, though. That would have to be on like Cinemax or like HBO.
And for God's sakes, don't put a pretty girl in the car. It's just getting absurdly weird.
Okay, now can I get my wrestling rundown
Yeah.
of who I would pick for these?
Yeah.
Price is Right. Welcome to Price is Right is Jericho.
Jericho would be great. Actually, you know what? I think I could see Chris Jericho hosting Prices Right in the future. I like
Jeopardy. Jeopardy was a tie between the Genius
Obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah.
or
Bofo,
or
obviously.
more contemporary, Damian Sandow.
You and I are the only person who knows who
I
Damian
went
Sandow
with
is.
Bobby the Brain Heaton.
Oh,
Heenan
yes.
would be good.
Yes.
Heenan would be
pick.
good.
Wheel of Fortune. I'd love to see them back together. Daniel Bryan and AJ Lee.
Mm.
And even if they're not together, you could pick anybody, and as long as AJ Lee's my Vanna White,
She's beautiful.
we're good to go.
She's phenomenal. Okay.
It's not a guy.
Deal or no deal.
Mm-mm.
Deal or no deal, and I know I'm going to get the crowd behind me on this one. You pick this briefcase, or you can go do something to yourself. Dashiki. Team Shiki.
Yes.
Yeah.
You pick this briefcase, or I make you humble old country way.
Oh, the crowd does love it.
Family Feud. Aforementioned Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper for Family Feud. Okay.
And probably my favorite choice out of all of them for Cash Cab. Who, if you were going to pick one wrestler to drive your car, who would you choose?
Scott Hall.
Okay, if you were to pick two wrestlers, 1A and 1B, Scott Hall would be 1B. But I think even better.
I would choose Mr. Perfect.
Don't say Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, no, and no. The Ultimate Warrior.
No, no, and no.
Why would you not let that guy behind the wheel?
For 100 reasons that we won't get into.
His interviews were the best. His entrances to the ring were the best.
Shiki says he has
Oh, wrap this up. All right, folks, and that's how you play. Redo. Jeez, thank God that was over. How have we been here this long?